back, and many thanks for staying with us right here on Morning at NTV. Andrew Kagwa, an arts and culture journalist, is already here with us to talk about the Songboost and what kind of pros it comes with, and also the cons in that regard. Welcome back to the #1 breakfast show in the world, Morning at NTV. My name is Rami Busiku. An arts and culture journalist is already here with us. That is Andrew Kagwa. Another arts journalist is AT NTV, and Ivan Chifumba is going to be also enticing us with details surrounding the Songboost. This is an airplay tracking app that is in over 6 countries. If you have a song here in Uganda, you can be able to track your song in Ghana, Nigeria, Rwanda, Kenya, Tanzania, any of these countries. You'll be able to know that at 6:30 a.m. my song was played, and that can only translate into money, because this is your money. But why is it that fewer artists are embracing the digitization of this industry? What are some of the issues that are impeding their resolve to actually do the same and ensure success within the digitization industry? Because it makes life easier. If there's a lockdown like we were grappling in the last 2 years, you don't really need to clamor for a concert. If they say no more concerts, you can still make money from those airplays, because the radio station is playing your song, they have to pay you. So this Songboost app helps you identify those radio stations and TV stations, 200 in number, that actually are playing your music, so that you can claim your money. All right, let's talk about the advantages and the disadvantages that come with it, and why the artists within our country have been so slow to embrace the digitization of the same industry. Andrew Kagwa, Eddie Sendi, and Ivan Chifumba are the 3 guests that we have today for this conversation. A very good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
All right, let me start with Eddie Sendi. Why artists are not embracing the digitization of the industry? Why are they, too slow to get onto the internet? They're still doing the conventional mistakes that we were actually warning them about. Waiting for a concert, you understand, going to bar X and do some kind of mini concert. How about the digitization? Why I sit in my living room and I'm making money?
The challenge we have in Uganda is that it's not about artists, but I think it's in our genes. We take long to adapt.
I see.
And most times, I don't do what is right, but I do what Andrew is doing, and in fear of Andrew outcompeting me, I also do it. Do you get that sort of...
If you think Andrew is going to succeed using that model, then you also
what is Andrew
bandwagon.
Using? Oh, I should also get
so
it.
Bandwagon effect.
Andrew is on Songboost. Oh, I should also be on Songboost. That is why, and most of our artists, with respect, I say this a lot of times, a lot of our talented people, the more someone is talented, the more they're not good in other aspects.
That's why
life.
You need management.
In that, the most successful musician is actually the worst marketeer.
They are.
Or the worst manager of themselves. You get it?
Indeed.
Now, majority of the people who are benefiting from digitization are musicians, are performing artists who are under labels and management companies, or who have managers, genuine, real managers. But maybe for the benefit of the viewers, we need to expand a little bit when we talk about digitization. Digitization is broad, but I'll give you an example. It is absurd for anyone to call himself a musician when he's not on Wikipedia, because Romeo is somewhere in New Zealand.
Indeed.
He wants to know about Ugandan music. He will go to Google and type Ugandan musician.
And then back Wikipedia.
Or he will go to Wikipedia. And then you sometimes find, yes, the name is there, and there's almost nothing about the person. So there are no links to their music, there are no links to their websites and stuff like that. So it locks us out. The best way to sell a musician today, even footballers, you can imagine, I have a friend of mine, he's a soccer agent. He sells me, footballers. But you know what they do nowadays? Get a camera guy, take him to a stadium, Chitende Stadium, capture the guy dribbling the ball, edit clips, throw them on YouTube.
Indeed.
So when this guy is pitching, a scout in Vietnam, all he says is, let me send you
Pull it up.
Evidence.
let me send you this guy. Let me send you the links.
Indeed.
He goes to YouTube and sends down, so within minutes, they're chatting on phone. They're not even talking,
Indeed.
chatting. The
So what
scout
would
has seen
take weeks and months, a deal is struck within minutes or even hours?
within a day, okay? The scout is interested or he's not.
Indeed.
Or he says, yeah, his dribbling is good, but his finishing is lacking.
Can we
And
train
maybe,
him
yeah,
if that's
but-
fair?
Can I see him doing a better finish? And the guy will go back and tell his chap, dude, there's a job hanging, problem, you're finishing, so improve on that.
Indeed.
And he will get another video clip, put it on YouTube, and the guy will see it.
Instantaneously.
So what am I saying here? Our artists, our performing artists, musicians, and more, because we've had incidences where you go to make a pitch to a manager of an artist, and you tell them, listen, the best thing that has come for artists is something called the Songboost app. What does it do? All it does is simple. Download the app onto your phone,
Play Store.
upload your music onto the app, subscribe. Very little money, 35,000 shillings.
$10.
And yeah, $10. And you'll get a notification whenever your song is played. And someone says, for me, I watch, when Spark is going to play, I called the guy and I watch then. When the beat is going to play, I also wait and see. Yeah.
So our artists are ignorant about what
Yeah,
they need
yeah.
to be doing.
And what hurts, it's the manager telling you that. So you can imagine the thinking of the artist
artist.
if the manager.
Must be in slumber mode.
So my advice is everybody, all stakeholders, let's embrace the new trends. Okay? Not only Songboost to help you monitor your music,
YouTube.
Wikipedia, people should have websites, okay? Basically, make it possible for someone who wants to know about you to be able to find you
Just a click away.
in the comfort of their seat.
Andrew Kagwe. Now, here's the funny bit about this conversation. We're talking about artists tracking their music on radio stations and TV stations. They ought to be paid. Every time XFM, KFM, Dembe FM play your song, you're supposed to be paid as an artist. You understand? But fewer of our artists even know that. Now, it's vice versa. An artist will come to a radio station, talk to a manager, and say, you know what, I have a new song that I would like you to play for me. You understand? So this artist is actually going to pay money to this manager for them to play their music. So every time the song is played, the manager calls the artist and says, you see, tune in right now, tune in, or put on the TV station. Your song is playing, so please send my money. So every time the song plays, it is the artist to pay the managers of the radio station or TV station. Yet it's supposed to be vice versa. Ignorance. Talk to me about that.
I've actually heard of situations where, you know, there are cliques who are working for artists that are not based in Uganda, local artists in the diaspora.
Yes.
So these people position themselves as like some sort of promoters.
Like middlemen.
Like middlemen.
They are promoters, they are distributors.
Chifumba will tell us who they are later on.
I've heard that these people at times
Yes.
go as far as editing like the NTV logo into like your video, and they kind of send it to you and they're like, you see your
Fraud.
song played and that's a screen grab I got when it was playing. But yeah, to tell you, like, I think artists at times do not look at the possibilities and the kind of things they might get out of certain situations.
Yeah.
Like when I look at Songboost, one of the things that comes to my mind is not even the amount of money you'll be paid when when a radio plays you, because most of the times when radios are playing you, you're getting performance gigs. So even the money that comes in form of royalties
visibility,
is not that
publicity.
big that you will be thinking about it. But the data, what that data can do for you. Personally, I believe it's easy for me to pitch an artist to be a brand manager if I can say this artist is played this number of times, and I have proof. You know, there is that thing that women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
Indeed, they don't.
Like when you have those numbers to actually prove my artist plays this much time. But even if it's not that, at times there is a Kenyan artist I usually follow.
Who is this one?
And Nyashinsky does a lot when it comes to strategizing.
2017, go ahead.
You don't follow Bebe Cool, but you follow Nyashinsky.
What exactly are you trying to do?
Go ahead.
So Nyashinsky, when he's releasing music, he will follow like data and will see, okay, people have been listening to my ballads more than the rap songs, and then he will decide to release a ballad. So
that's how it chooses the genre. The genre is based on how people are clamoring for that music,
and like what the numbers are telling him. Like at times it might not be the money you make out of it, but the decisions you're actually going to make because of the numbers. Like what if you've been asking Talk and Talk to play your music, and maybe the people that listen to you are actually not listening to Talk and Talk. Maybe the people that listen to your music are listening to Binabebi's Mubezi, and maybe that's why you need to be promoting your music from.
I see.
So when it comes to technology and how artists need to use it, it's not just about the money they can get out of it. It can help them plan better, strategize better, probably even record better. Because
Elijah Chitaka has like 2 genres that he's fusing with his music. So he would be able to know, okay, this song, the ballad is moving, and this one, the reggae raga, kind of feel is not moving. So let me focus on the softer version of the music. So I get exactly what you're trying to say.
And of course you'll be helped to know that
this is what works.
Instead of taking my music to Radio Y, maybe I need to take it to Radio
This is where the fans are.
Because that's where the fans are.
And one too many times people here in Uganda would always ask, how did Ruga know that, my music is sought for in Uganda? How did Omale know that, I have so many fans in Uganda? Did they just magically know that they have fans here? It is these apps. They will get to know that, my music is being played in Uganda. I need to reach out to these people. The managers in there, maybe we work on a concert. If they are listening to me, to my music, and I work on a concert, I would actually, make a killing in that regard. Ivan Chifumba, talk to me about that and the analytics involved.
Yes, just to pick up from where, like that data I was showing Eddie earlier, because we have we're privileged enough to have access to the label version of Songboost. And I've been using, as a company, as Swans Avenue, we've been using this app for at least 2 years now.
You've been using the Songboost for 2 years?
For 2 years, and
some artists are just learning about it today.
And it's like that data is so it's invaluable. Like you can't put a price to it because of like the types of decisions we have to make, just in the artist department, in the artist management department, and then me as a distributor again. And then also as a music publisher, what you're saying, every time your song plays on radio, you're owed money as a composer or whatever. So that type of data helps us even just to benchmark. If I released Fimbo or Maje last month, and then if I have another release 2 months later, I have like actual figures that I can look at to reference and know, okay, these are the targets. The last single has played maybe 600 times on what stations. It also helps you know, okay, like these are the stations I need to target. If I feel like okay, the genre thing. If I feel like okay, this one is more reggae, it's more laid back, it's more R&B, then like it even helps you know, okay, these are the stations I should target, and then also just come back a month or 2 later and have the data and make certain important decisions you can never make without that type of data.
And then, of course, I was looking at individual artists on the Songboost. They have to pay some $10, $30, $10 a month, $30, that is a year. 35,000 a month and 350,000 all counting a year. But then how do you, as managers, the music labels, the distributors, maximize on the use of the Song app? How do you maximize this app?
we maximize just not having the hustle, having to go through what Eddie and that thing of like, okay, now I have to call someone and know, okay, how many times has my song even played, or just like it helps us know exactly anything we need to know
and where.
You as a label, how much do you pay? Because individually we do know individuals how much they pay, $10 to $30.
Yes.
You, how much do you pay as labels?
Per artist, because we have 3 and they're all tracks, 500,000, but it's an annual fee.
That's how much you pay to sign up with Elijah Chitaka's Songboost.
Yes, per artist.
I see.
Yes. So usually us, we just do the annual thing, and like I said, we're privileged enough to have access to the label.
I see.
To the label dashboard, the label version, because that one gives you way more. And I advise all these like artist managers, labels, stakeholders, like Eddie was saying, like they need to really, really embrace this tech, because it saves you a lot of time. It saves you a lot of time, and you always know what and when.
When you speak to the artists and they're giving you their reasons as to why they're not joining the clamor, what are some of those reasons as to why they are not joining the internet?
They're just lazy.
Maybe for the benefit of the viewers.
Yes.
This app has 3 categories. One, it has what you could call the standard.
Yes.
One person, one musician, you can download your music, rather upload your music, pay 35,000 shillings. What's your name? John Black. It's you who has access to the app, and it's you who knows what is going on.
Yes.
Now, if you are a record label like Swang's Avenue, where 1, you have more than 1 artist, 2, you have more than 3 people, maybe 4 or 5 on the team that need to be monitoring for different reasons. Because when you look at a label, you have people who are in artists management. That's their fault.
Indeed.
Then you will find another person who is in distribution of music. Then maybe you have a higher person for management and stuff, or accounts or whatever. They need to track, yes, somebody took money to go and distribute music in Mbale and Ginger and wherever. Are we getting value for money? Is the music played? So that finance person might also need to have access to the app to check. You understand? Where we are spending. Is it worth it? Is a media tour worth it? You know, getting a van and logistics and human resource, pushing it to Arua and Gulu and Lira, you know? So you find that there are about 5, 7 people at a record label. So there's a package for people in that kind of category.
Indeed.
But the new thing that has come up now is that we have people who are advertisers. They equally need to know that when they spoke to NTV's marketeer and she or he said, you are getting 7 ads daily, those 7 ads are running. The beauty about this app is that somebody could be advertising for Easter. It's a one-off. Romeo says, you know, I want to do something at Wash and Wheels in Mbale.
For April 17th.
April 17th, I'm doing something there. It's a one-off. Now, if your ads are not run as agreed, the best thing that could happen is you'll be told, can we make good? But making good means giving you ads after your event, and you don't have anything to use them for. You understand? Yet if at all you are advertising and you use the app to monitor your ads, the very day something happens or somebody forgets to play the ad, or there's a system glitch.
So you'll be monitoring the traffic.
Yeah, you straight away get to know, because you will be expecting, I am expecting an ad at 8, at 11, at 1, at midnight.
Instead
So
of
when it
sleeping
doesn't
at home thinking that the ads are being played and in tandem they're not being played. Same with the
day,
music.
you are able to pick up the phone and call the marketeer or your contact person and say, dude, I got 6 instead of 7. Can you rectify it? You understand?
Yes, I do.
So I just advise our viewers and stakeholders, especially in the performing arts industry, to embrace technology. This is a new app. It's come up. It's pretty,
But Eddie,
pretty
it shouldn't
easy
be a
to
plea.
use.
Don't play.
No, you
They
know
are
why
the
I
ones that
plead?
are going to benefit from this. Here's one thing. Eddie, you might not have your music take off in Uganda, but that music can take off in Ghana. You could be a celebrity in Nigeria, meaning in Uganda here, your music might not take off, but you can do a concert in Nigeria,
Let
in
me give you
Ghana,
some
in Rwanda,
statistics.
in Kenya.
Let
So
me give you
please,
some
artists, we do not
statistics.
need to play with you to get onto this Songboost app. You're the one who is going to benefit at the end of the day.
Let me give you some
Eddie,
statistics.
Go ahead.
Shiba Karungi is the most played artist in Nigeria. Ugandan artist in Nigeria.
Indeed.
How do I get to know that? From Songboost.
Thank you.
And how does that benefit Shiba Karungi? In case a Nigerian promoter ever comes down to talk to her about business, she will definitely ask for a befitting amount of money
Yeah.
because she knows
She's a
she's
huge icon
being
in that
there. When you go to Rwanda, because Songboost app monitors Rwanda, Waiki Benda is the most played musician in Rwanda.
What about Chameleon?
He's just
He used to
got
be a
onto
darling
the
to me.
app. He's just got onto the app, so we need to check
I see.
because just like I said earlier on off air that the Alerizer catches the worm.
Indeed.
So Waiki Benda has been on the app for over a year.
He's doing well.
Chameleon is doing his second month on the app.
I see.
Wike is quite tech savvy.
Very, very.
Because
And that's what we need among the
he
artists.
was on Feza quite early.
Yes.
Go
Well,
ahead, Ed.
there's an advantage, I think, also of education in some of our artists.
I see.
You know,
More like ritual.
realistically, please don't get offended if the books are lacking. Don't get offended. What you can do is make friends with people with books.
Or people who know these things.
You will understand what I mean. But the other advantage that this app has and has helped so many people,
Yes, Eddie.
one, it monitors a lot of radio stations up country. And some of our musicians,
They
you
focus
need
on
to
Kampala.
know if I'm getting a booking in Hoima, what should I play in Hoima?
What song do they like most in
because
Hoima?
Spice FM in Hoima is monitored by Songboost, it can give you a rough idea of what songs they are still playing. You understand? I was having a chat with Ivan earlier on, and we realized that I think it is Radio West in Mbarara. They are still playing Queen Amino for Azawi. Now, if Azawi is booked in Mbarara, that is a pointer that she has to play Queen Amino.
Yes.
Yet when she's booked today in Kampala, with all these songs she's released, she will actually not go back to Queen Amino.
Because the
understand?
fan in Kampala is different, they move on quickly.
Yeah, the fans in Kampala move on quickly.
They move with the times.
So when you go, you need to be relevant. Yes, people like you, they've come to watch you, but you don't want an Ara Kelly scenario. If you remember, Ara Kelly came to Uganda and he didn't consult, or the team behind him didn't consult well. He did a lot of new songs that Ugandans didn't know, and people complained. You get
It's
it?
more like they wanted him to do a 90s edition, go back and do those ballads back in the day.
Well, that's
Caught in the
you know,
closest.
no, that's the same thing.
Yes.
If an artist goes to Arua, we have a joke that some of these towns up country, people don't know that MJ died yet. You know? So there's so much. There's so
They're
much
saying
that you can
something
achieve.
Michael Jackson is still alive.
Yeah, they don't know yet. So they're still dancing to his music like,
He's alive. They're waiting for a concert.
So the app can help you know what music is being listened to in which part of
Very
the country.
compelling, yeah.
And three, if you are an artist in Kampala, Ziza Bafana, and in digital, Cruise FM, Radio West are being monitored by the app, then you will know if your music is playing there. When a Mbarara promoter, or Ntungamo promoter, or Rushere promoter comes to you, you know why he's coming, because your music is being played, and you have proof that your music is being played. So you can ask for some reasonable money. Whereas I'll give a scenario. So many times our artists are invited for festivals, not because they are much needed, but someone wants to give their festival an international color.
True.
And wants to have 50 or 100 flags flying at their festival, and they would say, we had Uganda, we had this, we had Antigua, we had this, we had that. Now, so you are taken as greens on food, you know? But how do you avoid such? If your music is monitored and the chap calls you from Zambia for a beer fest, and you've got the app, so you know your music is being played there.
Indeed.
That means you should ask for what you ought to get.
Indeed. So one too many times the artists don't know their value because they don't have the data.
They don't know their value because they don't have the data.
Thank you.
And the only way you can know your worth is knowing your reach. You get it? The reason why NTV charges what it charges for someone to run an ad here for 30 seconds.
7.9 billion people are watching.
Because it knows
the whole world is on board.
The whole world is on board. So it knows its reach, therefore it knows its worth. And that's why it is successful. I'm not, viewers, I'm not the finance manager for NTV, but I am.
Eddie Sandy is an arts journalist. Thank you so much for that submission.
I have the guts to say that NTV is a successful television company.
And of course, this is the #1 breakfast show within the world. We are being watched by almost everyone within the world. And of course, we are talking about this Songboost app. It is in over 6 countries: Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda too. If you have a song here in Uganda and you want to track your performance within these other countries, simply go and subscribe. Only $10, 35,000 Uganda shillings, $30, that is a year, 350,000 Uganda shillings. And of course, labels are telling us they are coughing 500,000 Uganda shillings. But then let's talk about the issue of returns. Uganda Performing Rights Society and how, you know, these artists are benefiting from this. Kagwa, you will expound, but I'm going to kick off with Mr. Chifumba Ivan, because you are dealing directly with the artists. So let's talk about returns.
So returns, it's a bit slow. It's a bit slow on the publishing side because of how I think the tracking methods that UPRS uses.
Are they tracking?
Yeah.
Are they even tracking?
Let's be sincere.
Okay.
UPRS is not tracking.
Let me be honest.
I stand to be quoted. I'm on TV. UPRS is not tracking.
Yeah.
And UPRS is doing a big disservice to Uganda performing artists.
Thank you so much. Ivan Chifumba.
As a publisher, I can tell you, I don't even, like, the composers we work with, the songwriters, I don't even register them to UPRS for that reason. We use a separate collection society. And
which is?
IMRO, Irish Music Rights Organization. It's either that or okay, so UPRS is Uganda
Performing Rights Society.
But there's PRS for Music UK. So basically, PRS for Music and IMRO that I usually sign up.
The Irish.
Yes, they administer the same territory.
All right.
That includes Uganda as well. So I can honestly say their tracking is it's perfect, and the returns are there for the people that, especially for our artists, and then the other songwriters that I have under management as well on the music publishing side. So yes.
Okay, just so that the viewer knows, this is not hearsay what Eddie Sandy just said. How many of your artists have actually gotten any money from UPRS?
All our artists, all our 3 artists.
Yeah.
Oh, from UPRS.
From UPRS?
No.
Uganda Performing Rights Society.
No, because I don't sign them up to UPRS, we've never collected any money from UPRS.
So would you say that the problem is not UPRS, but the problem is Swans Avenue for not having signed? Because the leaders of UPRS came here and they made it clear that you have to sign up first for you to get returns.
Well, I think what happens is, one, the artists do not trust the process. And I do not even have a problem with them not trusting the process because they have their reasons of not trusting the process.
So it's a dead organization in existence. They are continuing working. We are bankrolling running this organization.
And by the funny thing is that these people are my friends. So
and when they come here, they assure us that, you
this-
know what, the money is going back and trickling back to the artist.
at the moment, because the last time I talked to them, they were talking about tracking. But of course, I've come to learn that they've not yet started tracking.
Because they were telling us they were going to track the hotels that are playing the music of the artist, the bars that are playing, because we've reopened.
And actually
these bars are actually playing this music.
That's how it's supposed to be.
And they do
supposed
pay a
to
license, no?
Are the bars paying?
All these,
They
all
do
these
pay a
things,
license.
They do pay a license.
This is what I have to say
Yes, Eddie.
to you, PRS.
Yes.
They've talked for so long. It is high time they walked the talk. It's unfortunate. Most guys at UPRS are my friends, but that doesn't gag me from speaking the truth.
Me too, Eddie.
And that doesn't stop me from expressing the pain that our performing artists are going through in spending so much money in doing the music, and the music is out there being played in bars, in clubs, in hotels, in restaurants, in
loudly.
health clubs, radios, TV stations,
and above all, other countries.
Even
and other countries. And I don't know what, I don't want to go personal, but I don't know what the ED at UPRS and the board and all those people there are doing.
They need to stop the contradictions. I'll give you an example.
They need to stop the talking.
When they
and
come,
walk
they
the
will
talk.
tell you this is what we are doing. Artists are losing money in the bars, in the casinos, and so forth. So we're going to be tracking their money. But they don't. It's like one official from UDB coming here and saying you can get a loan minus collateral. But when you get that, they will tell you need collateral. And then you're like, why did you tell people
that you can get a loan?
You
without
understand?
right?
But when you go there, then they tell you need collateral. The same with the people from UPRS when they come here. They assure us that, you know what, the money is there and we are tracking, but indeed, they are not.
Truth is, this industry is worth billions, and the industry is losing billions because it's not being tracked. Okay, I usually keep giving references to Kenya.
Yes.
When you think about what Kenya sends down here because of our music playing in Nairobi, like at times you wonder, do artists actually get this money? Like, because I keep asking myself.
You're telling me the money has been coming.
The man, because when you talk to them, they tell you this is the money we send to TZ when we play the Tanzanian artists, because that's how it works. Like you play our artists, we send your collecting body.
They have reciprocal agreements.
That's how they work. So I keep asking myself, did for example this guy who did Party After Party, like that song was so big
Trill
in Kenya, like
Nigeria, all these other countries.
But it's literally started in Kenya. So I keep asking myself, did he collect any money for all that? Because
the fact that he's in Nigeria trying to, make a killing in another country far away from Kenya and Uganda, it means he didn't make any money within East Africa.
Yeah.
So, Ivan.
The inefficiency of UPRS was actually very loud when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Because when the pandemic hit, it's the one organization I was looking at to see, okay, what are they going to do? Because that's the one
You've been collecting money.
I figured would come out and try to to hold
to help its members.
but they were so quiet, it perplexed. Like I was so confused. I was like, this is UPRS. Your job, your mandate is actually to look out for performing artists, but they were so quiet, and that's when I knew,
And it was actually very impressive how other collecting societies in other countries came in.
And they,
there's an artist friend of mine in Malawi who received 1 million. They are kwachas, the Malawian money. And then he was really surprised because they didn't think because Malawian money is okay. It's good, better than ours. But not so good. But he was surprised that he received that 1 million. And then in Kenya, you were also seeing people that were receiving some money for their music that played, and they were even being given data of how it played. Like they would specify on how much they worked when it came to outdoor places, how much they were played at, say, parties, theater halls, and radios and TVs. And then, of course, the question back home was, what exactly is UPRS doing? Because in Uganda, no one received money. And 2 years later, I don't think people have received money.
Money
Eddie.
was last given out, I think, in 2019, when there was the old management that was disbanded and the new management team brought in.
Indeed.
But for me, I sum up my words with UPRS saying one thing: please walk the talk.
The developer of this app, Elijah Chiteka, was on this morning show. And we're talking about so many problems, UPRS, this, that, and he said, Rob, you know, don't talk about the problems. What can you do as Romy Busiku? What can I do as Elijah Chiteka? What can Eddie Sendi actually do to add value onto the music industry? He said we need to find reasons, what we can do individually to add onto the music industry. And he developed the app. He said, I'm working on an app to ensure that you can stream or track your airplay in any country. Now he's working on 6 countries. I'm sure he's going to look out for more. So we need to look at what can we do as musicians, individuals, to support our artists. Please go on YouTube and watch these videos. Tap onto these local musicians. You're actually adding some kind of value to this artist by simply giving him or her a view on YouTube. When that person makes $1 million, that is $10,000. You understand? That is $10,000. You can't make 1 million views on YouTube and not be a star. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Eddie Sendi, let's move away from this conversation on the UPRS. Bars are open. Concerts are now in full throttle. Is it the internet's conversation that artists will actually largely talk about? Maybe never.
Come again on that?
The bars are open.
Yes.
Concerts are open.
Yep.
Why would an artist get onto the internet and start tracking their music when they know, you know what, I'm going to go back to a small bar,
old
maybe
way.
a club, the old way, the conventional way of doing things, and I make my music? And we're talking about stagnation when it comes to the digitization of the industry.
This is what I have to say. Success is not a one key factor. Because you get gigs in the local bar, or you get invited to perform at the concerts and stuff, that doesn't mean you shouldn't look at the distribution of your music. That doesn't mean you shouldn't look out to where your music is playing.
Yes.
To be successful, much as it is a very ambiguous word, but in your own thinking, to be successful, you have to press several buttons.
Indeed.
Okay? And all those buttons, when pressed well, they will help you, push you to success. As you think about the your security, personal security, going to perform in a bar with rowdy panthers, for a lady performer, as you think about what you're going to wear, then you should as well think about having a website. You should think about how your music is, how good your videos look like, and how to place them on YouTube, how to make use of all these other music distribution channels, digital channels, okay? Looking for, you have to look for an aggregator, okay? You have to look for a distributor, because you don't just go and put
someone
your music
like Ivan
on.
Chifumba.
Yeah, these guys do it at Swangs. Paka Records does it. And there are some other individuals.
So you focus on the art and someone just pushes and drives your music.
Yes.
Exactly. You have to press several buttons. You need to know, where is your music played? When is it played? I'll give an example. Some people play artists' music. Thank you very much. But someone plays a song at 3 a.m. Okay?
When you're asleep,
When,
as the artist.
when the majority of our people, not the artists actually could be awake. Most are at 3 a.m. But most of our people are asleep. When you get a chance to
Actually,
know that
since we are dealing with unemployment in this country, the young people are awake during that time.
so
They actually sleep during day.
True. When
They
you
watch
get to
movies all
see that
night.
actually someone is
Yes.
playing my music at 3 a.m., you are in position to call up that person and say, thank you so much, Romeo, for
Indeed.
playing my music. I really appreciate it. But can you do me a favor? Can you kindly at least play it a little bit earlier in the day so that
There is
I can
visibility.
get more viewership? You can't tell that
If
when
you're not tracking.
When you're not tracking, because you might not know. You get it? Or you might think yeah, it was played during the day and in the early hours of the evening, and then maybe in the early hours of the morning. So our artists need to embrace like so many things.
All right.
To be
Eddie,
successful.
Sandy, you did talk about ads playing on time. Ivan Chifumba, let's talk about how, Swans Avenue is maximizing on the Songboost app when it comes to organizing concerts in various countries for your artists.
Yes, so because the music is tracked in like over 6 countries.
Indeed.
If at any given point I have to, let's say, talk to a promoter down in Kigali, like Songboost there becomes invaluable, because then I'll go and know exactly what songs are being played in Kigali. So that Rwanda. So that informs me, or us as management, informs how we come up maybe with a set list, or even how you organize, the music. What song would the artist perform first? What song should the artist close with? Because just going off the just pure numbers, you would know exactly what songs are popular in that market. So, but even just on a basic level, just booking, just being able to see, if I open this app and I know Vink Winnie Nwaji played, let me say, 500 times in Tanzania. Yeah, I mean, that warrants, or on multiple stations. That's now us as management, it informs us and says, okay, maybe should we make a call, a phone call?
And as you said, you know what kind of music she would have to perform when she gets there.
You know exactly how to, because that would, before you
not
just
like
guess.
R. Kelly.
Either you guess or you send someone down there to track exactly like what music is popular. But with Songboost, just a tap away, you see what music is popular in that country or in that location, and then you just...
Impediments when it comes to the adaptability to the digitization movement. What are some of the factors that the artists talk to you about in confidence that, you know what, my friend, money is the issue, I can't get data to actually track these apps or even subscribe to the same and so forth, even YouTube. What are some of those impediments?
I don't know. I think...
Is the internet part of it? The high cost.
No, like,
but most of the time, those artists
Go ahead, Ike.
on the internet abusing
I want to get his chain of thought. He mentioned laziness at
whatever
when you hit them.
Whatever.
Yes, Ivan.
It's but like, yes, it's laziness, but also it's, I don't know, it's ignorance, but I usually just look at them as excuses. Like people just telling you why they can't, because again, like, it's so obvious why you can, and you're saying the internet, like, okay, now bars are open, should the artist still focus? Yes, like, it's like saying, okay, like, why do you need the airport? Why do you need, like, would this country survive without an airport? Like, you need to, it's a gateway. The internet is it's a gateway
to the other world.
A much bigger audience you can't even fathom. But so it's up to them to be, just to put in the time and know you need the internet to position yourself on a global stage, on a much bigger stage, unless you're just, an artist and you're like a local artist down in Nansen and you're just comfortable.
All right. Eddie Sandy, we are talking about impediments, and was there a need for a new application? Couldn't we have been in a better position working on the existing applications and modifying them? Why did we have to come up with a new one? You can also comment on the internet and other impediments.
One, sometimes there are several apps that have been around doing different things, and this app is the first of its kind. Specific for monitoring, with 1,000,001 advantages. Just in the break, we were talking about one of the importances of this app, and I gave you an example that I won't give a faraway example. I'll look at an artist like Azawi. She's quite talented and very versatile in terms of the genres that she can do as an artist. Now, when you have this app and a song like Low Fit is played by CBS, Dembe FM, Beat FM, maybe throw in a random station, okay? Record FM. Now, then you release Queen Amino, and it is heavily played by Radio City, KFM, Now, when you release another song in the genre of Queen Amino, okay, you use the data that you collected to make a decision and say, you know what, Queen Amino never played on Dembe FM. So I shouldn't bother my time and energy to go to Dembe FM. Let me go to KFM.
That is Ivan speaking as the distributor.
As the distributor. Let me go to Radio City. Let me go to Capital FM, for lack of a better example. Because they played a song in the same genre, meaning it fits in their music policy.
Also meaning if you hadn't had the Songboost, you'd be in the dark.
Exactly. Yet, and then when you come to do Lofiti, which was played heavily on Dembe and not heavily on KFM, then you will know there's no point to bother Joe Walker with asking him to play your song on KFM. Instead, you take it to Prosepatra at Dembe FM and say, kindly, I think this song fits your music policy. You know, so it helps make your distribution work easy. And these are sort of advantages which someone won't easily find when you are not monitoring your music.
Because it would be guesswork.
Yeah, you would be, you will be like someone who, you know, when you go hunting for fowls, you don't shoot the fowl, you shoot in the air, and when it is scared, it falls from the tree and then you can grab it down here.
Indeed.
So you don't know whether you've fired 5 shots and you have 2, 3 birds or whatever, but with Songboost, you actually know
Target.
You don't fire birds.
Target, headshot. That is Eddie Sendi. Of course, Ivan Chifumba is also here, both of whom have given us their pointers, but then Mr. Andrew Kagwa has given us his parting shots. Andrew Kagwa, we can talk about the 35,000 Uganda shillings and the 350,000 Uganda shillings. We can't forget that, because we might think it is cheap for some people, but it could be expensive for others. So you're going to actually talk to us about that, and also other issues.
35,000 shillings for people that keep abusing gas. No. Truth is, every time you come out and talk about someone's song, and it has happened to me very many times, they will come and rain insults on you. So those people can afford the 35,000, and it's 35,000 per month, which is about how much in a year? Like, is there a full year package?
Yes, there's a full year package.
350,000.
What happens when you pay for a full year? You actually get a 2 months discount.
Okay.
So it would have been 350 plus 70, that is 420. Okay, when you pay monthly, you end up paying 420,000 shillings.
All right, fair enough. We do have Helen Lukoma, who is coming up. Finish up with that.
Yeah, so I think they can actually afford that. But then, talking about, you asked about the other things that are already existing. One, we can have Howie Bees and all these things, but trust me, these things are not as popular as the platforms that artists have at the moment. Like when you check the data of Uganda's most visited websites, you'll find that YouTube is about 2nd or 3rd. And so if an artist is preferring to have their music on a platform like Howie Bees, no disrespect, like you need to get your priorities right, especially if that platform is not even paying to use your music. And then there is something else I want to say. I've forgotten it, but yes, I think the artists need to pick the right places that are going to pay for their music. And besides actually thinking about Songboost and all the others, when it comes to just the use of the internet, not every artist is going to get their money through performing. Some artists do not get booked a lot, but you never know, your song might end up in a movie, and you get
so much.
some money from that. I know very many people that have been telling me they learnt about Kenneth Mugabe's Che Kunkona when it was the closing song on The Girl in the Yellow Jumper. And they've started listening to it because of that. So there are very many things a song can do.
And many opportunities on the internet if artists actually maximize. That is Mr. Andrew Kagwa, an arts and culture journalist with the Daily Monitor. An arts and culture journalist who is also with us is Eddie Sendi. Thank you so much, sir, for coming through. Ivan Chifumba is a distributor with Swangs Avenue. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for making the time to speak to us.
Thank
the
you for
artists
having us.
do have the information they were looking for. Please.
Beautiful.
All right. Helen Lukoma is going to be interacting with Mr. Mbide on the, the same conversation, how artists can maximize on the Songboost app. Mr. Mbide, please take it away. How is Helen Lukoma doing this beautiful morning? What kind of a distress did she go through in the last 2 years of the pandemic, and how is business picking up?
And of course, you'll be able to tell you, of course, this is Stephen Mbide of FS Switch coming to you live from Bulindo. Just after the resumption of the night economy, many musicians are out there pushing up some music, putting it on the scene. That's why I'm here to speak to a diva, a fashionista, an actress, a music icon that is none other than Helen Lukoma. But let's first listen in or watch. Njakufumba, kunkuba kumanda, Njakufumba. Let's first listen to that and watch it here on Morning at NTV. Then we shall be back with Helen Lukoma.
Mutulo muchiro sirigana Linda newe galiba maisa kumere Sikulimba chogero mutwete kulia de mwenge Najja kufumba bavuganya besibe satu zinywere Abatali ready chikumira mwe mutumye butwa muwere Kamunyito bwerere mutawanira bwerere Mulavundika midisika chere Imazima musiba tebinywere ku maduuka yoneryeryeryeryerye musobola gwakerere kuba emitwe mutika myerere nja kufumba kunkuba kumanda nja kufumba oyomboba murana nja kufumba just noka kubere kusisimuka mutulo mukiro sirigana nja kufumba kunkuba kumanda nja kufumba oyomboba murana nja kufumba just noka kubere kusisimuka mutulo mukiro
From Helen Lukoma, for the last 3+ years, right?
Yes, I have. Music. Is
this song about you or about the society?
This song is a motivational song to other people. It is to inspire other people. It's for other people to enjoy. It is for us. I
see on YouTube it's getting good reception, over 4.4K likes. People are downloading it, people are liking it. How does it feel just after a day after its release? How does it feel?
To me, it's a very big achievement. Knowing people are subscribing, knowing people are loving the music. So it's an exciting thing, and it motivates me to push myself more and to encourage people subscribing. Play ku YouTube, ku Spotify, subscribe Helen Lukoma or so that I can keep bringing you.
But Helen, if Mr. Anwar said, let's go to Masaka. So that fumbira kumanda gwe bakunkugwe.
Tata ne mu kibuga ne tuli ndi kumanda na kunku. Kisoboka emere ka stage ne tulya. Embeera yona we tuteka wewo naye nga yakede n'agamba agenda Masaka agenda kolayo agende. Nze kanfumbire wano.
Let's talk about the women there who are really passionate. They want their marriages to work out. This being also March, the Women's Month. What does it take for one to have a successful marriage?
ekituufu kiri nti nze sina technology and I also don't have the best advice okuwa ebyobufumbo naye ebya music byo mbisobola obufumbo munange bw'ogendamu era osaba Katonda kubanga waliwo ekikola n'ekitakola kiri 50-50 naye nga kyemmanyi guno omwezi gw'abakyala nze ndi mukyala mukozi nze kukola nze kumotivatinga bamama bali enyo nti bannange tusobola okumala okuzaala n'osigala ng'okola n'olabirira n'abaana bo nze ndi mukyala mukozi wano wenkola ndi musician ndi actress noonya akasente kange mu mbeera yonna so kyenyinza obbaga guno omwezi gw'abakyala kuyimuka tweyimukiremu and we improve who we are as women.
You know, also talking about the Women's Month, the theme has been breaking the bias. What have you done in this music industry now that you are away from putting out and Jakufumba? What else have you put out to make sure that, yes, you break the bias?
First of all, me being a mother and being able to do my music and being able to be here kusawa zinezo kumacha abana wange mbalese waka, I've broken the bias. Because usually, okay, edda bamama bali bakutula bakakulabirira abaana agenzebwa abaana bange mbalabirira naye nsobola n'okujja okukola omulimu. I do inspire my children in one way or another. Kirizagano okubeera mama omukozi abakyala abali ebweru eyo abandaba namwe mbamulaba nti we have broken the bias. Tujjewo ebida nti tuula fumba banange tusobola ofumba naffe ne twekolera ekintu.
All right, and of course, we saw you with Waliko, with Zex Vilanji, now that this coming out also Big Bang. After just a lockdown, how did he treat you? And now that it's out there, many people are trying to see how they push your music. What are you going to be doing differently after the lockdown?
First of all, lockdown fena yatusiba abasinga. Fena maybe ina bachasiba naye fe yatusiba nze lockdown yansiba. Nakola music nakola lo simpitirivu naye nakolera butono bwensobola because mu lockdown mwe nafulumiza olinye ya maje lockdown yasooka. Then mukama nanyamba ironga tena bane tukola tabu. Ya tunyiga naye munange kati ngabe tujivuddemu tulina okupushinga twagamba baffe banange wetuli twali embere tunyize. Naye twaliwo kye twali tukola twali tukyagala. Kati embeera batugudde, we are ready to work. Ebintu bisumuludde bannange.
Was in Jakufumba also, is it just a coincidence that after the lockdown you were putting out the news, or was it just you did it during the lockdown?
Actually, before the lockdown zonna ezajja twali tuli mu studio nga tulina ennyimba zaffe tutegese munaye lockdown we yajja netulagako netuzikiza. I did have all this music, but it was when, with great management, having good people to help you manage, it was when they were like, now we can release, now let's wait. Yes, I am under Can Music. So buyimba bwaliwo timing ne finance n'embeera.
Let's go, like for example, AT NTV there is trying to push a Songboost. There are so many applications that people are trying to put their music on. Are you also going to go digital? What are you going to do different? So that you also stay up there.
Bannange twagenda that digital. We have no choice bannange. Music ayina okutambula, music ayina okutundibwa. Embeera tuyigiriza that bannange, other than just going to perform, we can still make money, we can get our music. Abantu n'abali India ne bamuwulira. Abantu abali wala. Digital is a must for us. And nga bwe mbagambe platforms zonna kwendi, YouTube, Spotify, TuneCore, Boomplay, Instagram, Facebook, munonye Helen Lukoma, subscribe and mujja kunfuna era ate mujja kunyamba nange ntuukeko ku level
endala. I guess by now you should be getting some challenges. Abaagala okufumba ali ku TikTok, abaagala kulaga challenge bali ready okufumba.
Bana ku challenge mbulinze, ku challenge abamba busendi nze ngenda bupostinga ngenda busharing nsiima nnyo. Tumanche munkolera babu challenge bana mubukole mbuteeke tubalageko.
You know, so you having been there 3 years plus in marriage, what crazy thing have you done for marriage? You're going to have no chikola. Mr. Kaka Nengamba ha. When I looked back, I said I was crazy, mad in love.
Banaga, every day is a crazy day for me. Ofumogwina kuba on a day that chirinda anti atencha. It's on a daily.
Okay.
Sichimanyi siteka ngosa nechiroza.
Let's talk about music going forward. We've learned a lot of lessons from the lockdown. Now you're putting out the music. So should we also expect a concert from Helen Lukoma maybe?
Why not? Mukama kasitagamba go. Management kasitagamba tusimbule, we just go. Yes, I would love to. Yeah, mulie. Yes, definitely. The end goal is to have something to show your fans. Yes, one day I will. Yes.
Your last message to the HL team and all those who love Helen Lukoma.
Ekisooka nja kwebaza mwebale nnyo kunjagala, mwebale kusubscribinga ku music wange, mwebale kunsupportinga, mwebale kundaga omukwano mungi. Please subscribe to YouTube, to all the channels. Helen Lukoma, my names haven't changed. Mu music mbuwulirize, mbaagala nnyo and mukama abakulu.
If you had a choice to make between acting, fashion, music, and you have to make one choice, what would that be?
I cannot make a choice. Bali balinga
You
bana.
had to make one.
I am an artist. What artist ali much?
Not
Byonna birimu. Sobola kwemenyamu. Mba destroying who I am. So byonna byonna njja kubikola.
Will you revive House of Lukoma?
So, House of Lukoma still exists because I am fashion myself. I do have a clothing line y'abaana bagwagita kifamba ntunda engoye z'abaana bato online. So basically, I am House of Lukoma.
There she goes, Helen Lukoma. Hela. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Thank you so much for the music. Thank you so much for hustling because
Thank
this
you.
city needs hustlers. And of course, I know you're so powerful. I wish you luck.
Thank
in whatever
you.
do. This is Stephen in Video Pepe Switchbook. Of course, go out there. She has told you on YouTube. She's there. And of course, Yakutumba is her latest single there. So go ahead and download it, watch it. Stephen in Video Pepe Switchbook. Taking you back to studio for Romeo Busiko. See that day when she's cooking the music as well as cooking at home.
Yes.
I'll take it. All right. Take it over from me.